Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free English ebook before it's gone. Hi everybody, welcome back to Top Words. My name is Alicia, and today we're going to talk about 10 ocean-related words. So let's go. Ocean, sea. The first word is ocean or sea. Ocean and sea mean the same thing, that big blue water out there. The big blue water that covers most of planet Earth. We use ocean and sea. Both are fine to use. I personally prefer ocean. I'm going to the ocean, or I like to swim in the ocean. You can use sea as well. Do you like the sea? I love the sea. I go swimming in the sea every summer. So sea and ocean are used in the same way. You can choose which you prefer. However, if you want to be very specific, sea should be used for very, very large, landlocked, or mostly landlocked, meaning inside land, salt water, bodies of salt water. So like the Caspian Sea, I think, or like the Adriatic Sea. These are mostly surrounded by land. Oceans, however, are not surrounded by land. In general, we use them fairly interchangeably, but if you want to be specific, there is a difference between ocean and sea. Ocean is not surrounded by land. Sea is mostly surrounded by land, but they are both salt water. Interesting. In another sentence, I love looking at the ocean. Beach. The next word is beach, beach. So beach is the area near the ocean. So where you live, it may be rocky, it may be sandy, there might be forests, I don't know. But the beach is the area where the land meets the ocean. We call that the beach. Usually, however, there is an image of sand or maybe like rocks perhaps, but there's usually kind of a sandy area near the beach where the water meets the land. We refer to that as the beach, the beach. So, in some sentences, I love going to the beach in the summer, or the beach in my hometown is really nice, or some beaches are really dirty, or do you want to go to the beach with me next weekend? So we usually use it as like the beach. We usually say the beach. And when we say the beach, it means a beach area near where you live. So try to use the beach. Do you want to go to the beach this weekend? In another sentence, want to go to the beach? Undersea. The next word is undersea. Undersea means under the ocean, under the sea. It's an adjective. So we could say, for example, many plants live undersea. There are lots of plants that live undersea. We can use the word undersea maybe to talk about things that we can find under the ocean, undersea. So for example, many plants live undersea, or maybe there are many undersea plants. Or you can find a lot of undersea rocks in this area. Or maybe there are some undersea creatures in this part of the ocean. So undersea refers to something that happens under the ocean. In another example sentence, I heard there's an undersea hotel. Submerge. The next word is submerge, submerge. There's a B sound and an M sound, submerge, but they kind of blend together, submerge. To submerge something means to fill or to overfill with water. So there's so much water, or there's so much liquid that an object is completely covered in water. So to submerge something in water is to completely cover it, or to completely fill something with water and cause it to sink. So for example, a boat can submerge in the ocean. Or maybe I submerged my body in water. Like these are ways, so anytime you want to put an object or cause an object to go below the level of the surface level of a liquid, we can use submerge, submerge. Submerge, you can see there's that sub meaning under, yeah? So we see the same thing in words like submarine, yeah? So submarine, marine refers to like ocean, water, yeah? So sub meaning under, marine. So one more example sentence. The boat took on a lot of water and eventually became submerged. Ta-da! Dive. The next word is dive, dive. So to dive into something is to intentionally, there's purpose here, it's not an accident, to intentionally usually jump from a non-liquid place, non-ocean, non-sea, non-pool, from a land position to a water or another liquid. Maybe you dive into something else, I don't know. But for example, the ocean. So to dive into the ocean. We use the verb dive to talk about this motion, and we use the preposition into to dive into the ocean, to dive into the water. So the past tense of this, I've heard too, actually. You can use dove. He dove into the water. I've also heard people, particularly who use the Harvard dictionary, if you're interested, say dived is correct. So dove and dived, I have heard both. I personally use dove in most cases, but you may also encounter dived too. So in some sentences, he dived into the pool, or I dove into the ocean, or where should we go diving? Or, let's see, in this sentence, we dove down to look at coral reefs. Salt water. The next word is a noun. The next word is salt water. Salt water you can find in oceans and seas. Salt water is water with salt inside it. So that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. Salt water, you should probably not drink salt water. Don't drink salt water. It might taste bad. So salt water is what's the ocean and the sea. That's what they're made of. In a sentence, salt water might sting your eyes. Sea level. The next word is sea level. Sea level is also a noun. Sea level means the level of water in the sea. So sea levels can change. Sea levels do change throughout the day and have changed throughout the course of history as the earth and the environment have evolved. So we could say sea levels are high, or sea levels are low, or maybe sea levels are gradually decreasing, maybe. But sea level refers to the level of water, how much water there is in the sea. Sea level. In a sentence, sea levels have changed over time. Wave. The next word is wave, wave. So a wave is this motion. So when you go to the ocean, when you go, when you visit the beach, you'll see waves. They are the ups and downs in the water. So they can be very small or very big, but usually they form this sort of motion, a wave. Yeah, they vary in size, but generally you should be careful of them. But those dips in the ocean, these shapes in the water, that's a wave, a wave. In a sentence, never turn your back to waves. Surf. The next word is surf, surf. So maybe you are familiar with the verb to surf, the sport, like riding on the ocean water on a board. But actually surf is also a noun. So the surf. Surf actually means the point where the water, so we just talked about the word wave, and the point where the water comes up and kind of crashes against rocks or crashes against the land, that part is called the surf. That is the surf on a beach. So yes, there is a sport called surfing, and we can surf as a verb, but there's also a point in like the land or a point on the beach called the surf. That's the surf. That spot where the water is crashing against the waves and the rocks. That's the surf. In a sentence, be careful. The surf can be dangerous. High and low tide. The next words are high tide and low tide. So I talked about sea level a little bit ago. High tide and low tide are the points in time in a day where the sea level is high or where the sea level is low. So low tide means there's a low level of water there. High tide means the water is high there. So depending on where you are in the world, depending on the time of day, high tide and low tide occur at different times. So, in a sentence, what time is high tide? So that's the end. Those are 10 ocean-related words. I hope that those are helpful for you in talking about your plans. If you have any questions, please be sure to let us know in a comment below, or if you just want to try an example sentence, please feel free. If you liked this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. Check us out at EnglishClass101.com for more good stuff as well. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Top Words, and we'll see you again soon. Bye! So wave is, yes, exactly. You're like seeing this in the corner. That was so funny. This is also a very popular dance move.